Hi, this module is focusing on merger and acquisition, okay, M&A, and the first mover disadvantage instead of first mover advantage. Then the second question is more challenging because I ask you to have some research on international marketing and in the strategies of the higher corporation. Okay, the first you already know. I hope you read textbook, so you know merger and acquisition as a concept. Okay, well, generally speaking, merger is more friendly, like a collaboration type of, getting together, mutual benefit. So more like I cannot do this kind of stuff by myself, but if I have you as a partner, I can do more, and you too. So let's get together. Okay, as a big corporation, let's do something both of us want to do. Okay, but acquisition is more like for me is very strategic and hostile. Basically, you take over the corporation. But fundamentally, the merger and acquisition pretty similar, but in essence will be really different, to me at least. Okay, acquisitions is like you go to the stock market and just take over it, buy the stock, so you actually have ownership. Sometimes acquisition is just to destroy the corporation. We call it liquidation, to get money out of it. Some investors will do, or some managers have a takeover, management buyout, MBO. So bank will give the manager some money to take over the corporation, so the manager will be actually owners. Okay, so it's very strategic, but for me it's very hostile. Okay, now if you talk about success factors of merger and acquisition, yes, you can check textbook, you can go to Google, but what if you don't have a textbook, if you don't have a Google, and you just know about concept of merger and acquisition? I'm thinking how I can find success factors in this situation. I would think process of merger and acquisition, the procedure, how we can actually find the corporation, how we can make a deal, how we can operate after the merger and acquisition. That's the whole process. If I think the process without knowing the reality, maybe I can find at least some success factors, but pretty realistic maybe factors. Okay, it's just a training. You have only so much information, or sometimes you don't have information. So how you can find the information without information? Your brain. Okay, so I'm thinking, when you start thinking about M&A, the basic flow is the same. Screening of the market or industry, right? Our industry is okay or not. Okay, how about current conditions, future conditions? What particular market segment? Any government regulations may influence negatively our industry or market. Or technology will be really old, so no one uses the technology, so we have to abandon the certain segment or certain patent. Or technology is just so advanced, so we can stick to it for a while. How about the environmental issues like a green movement? How about consumer movement or globalization, global competitions going on? Well, you have to think about it. So the first success factor for me is that knowing external environment. Right? It's a big idea, you can specify it. So you specify by explaining why you think the external environment scanning is such important success factor. That will be your answer. Find the company you want to take over. You have to know internal environment of the particular corporation. What would be the variable to you? The company has a lot of patents which you don't. The company has a lot of production facilities which much cheaper if you take over the whole stuff instead of just build by one by yourself. or the company has a nice international network which you don't have, so it's much cheaper for you to take over the company already has the such international global network, logistics, supply network, or even markets. Okay, so knowing internal element and knowing the value for you are important. So self-assessment and internal auditing of the counterpart, these are success factors. And again, explain why, so you actually finish your answer. Okay. Again, a lot of things you can actually come up from your brain if you think logically. Okay, this class is a training, so I really don't need to check on you like which information you rely on. Just use your brain. It's a game. Okay, or even after the takeover bit, merger and acquisitions, how you can transform the purchase corporation to your side if the counterpart may have a lot of, let's say, cultural differences. Okay, each company has an organizational culture. So the organizational culture is not really matching to your organizational culture. How you can transform? Well, you need a transformation leadership. So the leadership or change agent in particular moment of the post-transaction period, that will be success factors. You have to have appropriate CEO for that. So the executives or leaderships, again, you explain why in detail. Okay, so think about the process of the merger and acquisition, and also think about some different characteristics of merger and acquisition, so that actually you have a different importance of success factors in each process. Try to do that. And of course you can go to Google and find out. That's also good. Okay, so well, you should try both actually. Okay, now let's talk about first mover disadvantage. Okay, now I want you to think about what the advantage of the first mover. We got a pioneer advantage. When you join the particular market as a first mover, think what the advantage. For example, maybe you have a maximum market share or a powerful brand image, okay, or you have patents in particular technology which you use in particular market. So you have a lot of advantages. And also you can actually create the entry barrier for competitors, right? By establishing such a powerful position in the market, so competitors say, well, I'm not going to go to the segment because already the particular company stay there and the company is giant, so I'm not really doing that. So demotivate competitor to enter that. Now think about opposite. Well, if you have very powerful brand image, brand names in particular market, if the market failed, you have to walk away from the market. Well, the image will bother you if you join a different category, right? So, well, this company used to be good at this one, now they start making this, but I don't know if the product is good because it's completely different category, or that their technology is not really advanced at the time, so this is high tech. How they can make it? Even they could make really nice product, but image is really influencing negatively. Even the pricing policy will be influenced because you cannot charge a premium price. Why? Because of image. People are not buying for the brand, right? Well, the second one, sunk cost and dead patent. You spend so much money in the particular technology, now you can't use. First of all, that is a sunk cost. It's a pure damage, financial damage. Number two, you can't transfer technology sometimes because the technology is just gone. Well, you don't have a synergy. So you really have to rely on another technology which particular company may have patent. So you have to borrow the patent. You just lost technological advantage. So you lost competitive advantage in technology. It's difficult to establish it later on. because you really have to catch up with the particular level of the technology, or you need money to, or you just lost it. So how you can finance it? Okay, think about that. Well, the example is, well, it's a classical example, but beta system against a VHS. I'm talking about the videotape. Sorry, I'm old generations. Well, videotape, which one, beta or VHS? Now, if you use a video cassette tape recorder, that should be VHS format, because VHS is international standard. But Sony Corporation invested in the beta system. The beta system looks like so promised because Sony was inventing so much patents on it, investing in that. But VHS took over because VHS share patent. They share patent, open patent. They didn't keep patent. Why? Because investing in technology is not important for the global standard. How many companies are producing the particular format are more important for the global, standard. Because if everyone uses it, that's going to be global anyway. So VHS became a global standard. Beta lost. Sony lost. Sony changed the market to VHS. Sony got an image. Sony lost the money. Sony could use some technology for VHS, but Sony lost technology of the beta system, and Sony got an image. So people just not really buying Sony VHS. Victor, Panasonic, or GE, these companies are doing better because they didn't have an image of beta. They got image of VHS from the beginning. And they know the technology pretty well than Sony, because Sony didn't think about VHS is important. Okay. Well, same for the laser disc. I don't explain it, but if you look at the laser disc instead of DVD, yeah, the same situation happened. Okay. So again, try to think the first mover advantage, then think what a disadvantage, which is flip side. Okay. Again, be creative. In this class, creativity is always welcome. And I'm not really checking if your idea is accurate or not. Logic. Tell me logic. Okay? Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the first part of the assignment, and I will explain the second part later on. Okay, thank you.